Hi, my name's Sophie LeBeau, and I'm going to talk about the social media I use, how it's affected me both in America and abroad, and how this class has changed my outlook on social media. So, the main social medias that I use would be Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, um, and GroupMe. And then after that, I also use things like Venmo, Uber, SoundCloud, and Spotify, which are all extremely interactive. And I think out of all of them, my favorite would probably be Snapchat because it's a good way to keep up with all of your friends and see what they're doing, especially while I'm abroad. I can look at what my friends back at home in Boston are doing, or my friends from my hometown in San Diego are doing, and I can message them really quickly without opening a conversation with them, which is really nice. And then Instagram allows me to see everyone's pictures that they post, whether they're here or abroad, whether it's friends or famous people. And Facebook really I use a lot more to interact with my family. Like I'll post pictures of my abroad experience for my family so that they can see them easily. My grandma, my aunt and uncles, and my mom, my dad, my sister. So that's a really great way to reach a lot of people, but it's definitely a different setup and I use it for different purposes than Instagram and Snapchat. And then LinkedIn has actually been a huge help to me, especially while I'm abroad. I use it to reach out to people for getting jobs and internships for the summer. And I also use it a lot, which is the social media aspect of it is to look through who my connections have connected with and what jobs they've had before. So maybe to form connections with other people to help myself get an internship. And the other ones, such as Venmo, Spotify, SoundCloud, are all things that until I took this class, I didn't quite realize that they were social media and the extent that social media kind of reaches every single aspect of when you're online. But so it's all of those Venmo I use to pay people. I use it to pay my roommate for cable and electricity while I'm abroad. So that's super helpful. And if we're all out to dinner, we'll use it to pay people. And then you put captions on it for what you paid for. And on top of that, you also can see everyone else that you're friends with on Venmo and kind of everyone in the world and who they're Venmoing and for what. And then SoundCloud and Spotify are both music apps that I use. I listen to all my music on that. So I'll make a playlist and then my friends all over can listen to it and vice versa. Or I can listen to celebrities' playlists and I can also see what everyone's listening to, which is really nice. And one thing that I found extremely interesting is how study abroad and social media link up together. And in an article I read from Elon University, it impacts study abroad and the experience of a sojourner, which is kind of like a long-term tourist, a lot because it takes out the kind of questionable aspect of you're going to be so separated from your friends and your family because you can constantly be connected to them, which I do find super interesting. And I think something that this article didn't touch on as much, but that I've found is that a lot of people end up going to places and doing things solely to post on social media. And so I thought that that was super interesting. It's definitely something I've noticed while studying abroad, and I'm guilty of doing it sometimes too. And this class has kind of just made me view social media in a more interesting way as it's kind of can be used for every aspect of your life. And it kind of has given me a different outlook on every time I go to post on social media.